gotta be an idiot to bet on that parlay.
It's DTF or bust.
Put it on my mama's porch tomorrow.
Oh.
Welcome back to Hold My Bev Podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Park. Here with me, as always, the one, the only DTF, Dylan. It's playoff time.
Oh. Let's make sure this episode does not get deleted this time.
Yeah, somehow we recorded the Week 18 recap and the file got corrupted and just decided to off itself.
So what we're going to do for you to save ourselves and you the time, we're going to do the fastest weekend recap ever. And then we're going to get into the wildcard weekend with the lad. We have the lad coming on here in a few minutes as soon as his donkey fires up.
Yeah,
But
he had to settle for a donkey when he was in Oklahoma.
oh,
As his only way home.
Brandon, are you ready for the fastest recap?
Yes, I got you.
All right, starting. Ready?
Dun, 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 dun.
Starting on Saturday, January 6th, the Steelers beat the Ravens while the Ravens were at home in the rain. The Texans faced off against the Colts at the Colts Stadium, and it was a late game showdown as the Texans come away on top basically because of a fourth down failure. On Sunday, January 7th, the Bengals and Browns happened. Not going to talk about that game because the Bengals destroyed the Browns with their backup big booty quarterback, Jeff Driscoll. The Buccaneers face off against the Panthers while putting on a goose egg, 3 field goals, 9-0. The Lions take on the Vikings, and they win 30-20. The Jets are hosted by the Patriots in what looked like Bill Belichick's last game, and it ended up being his last game as a Patriot. Jets 17, Patriots 3. The Saints put on a whomping to the Falcons, 48-17 as they run up the score, and Jameis Winston just decides to get Jamal Williams a touchdown at the very end of the game. Titans hosting Jaguars for what could have been a spoiler season game as the Titans end up coming out on top 28-20. Jaguars eliminated. Seahawks had their own fate in another team's hands, but they come out on top against the Cardinals 21-20. And the Cardinals missed a game-winning field goal, I believe, for that one. Next, we have the Packers facing the Bears. Packers win and they're in. Bears win and Packers eliminated. Packers win 17-9. Chiefs facing off against the Chargers. Chargers were the favorites of the game, and the Chiefs come out on top 13-12. Raiders playing in a meaningless game against the Broncos win 27-14. The Giants just put a whomping on the Eagles 27-10. Jalen Hurts has not thrown a ball since this game when he hurt his finger. The Rams beat up on a backup-filled 49ers team 21-20. And Puka breaks a record for single season rookie receptions and reception yards. And then they said, get that man out of there. The Cowboys put a whomping on the Commanders 38-10. Not much there. And to cap off Week 18 and the regular season, the Buffalo Bills go into Miami and they come out on top 21-14. Dolphins fall to the 6th seed. Bills move up to the 2 seed. And that was your Week 18 fastest recap presented by DTF.
That was brilliant.
Thank you.
Magnificent. All right, so we're still waiting on the lad and his donkey to load up at the moment. So I guess we'll go ahead and just get right into some of the news that happened since Week 18. We had a lot of firings.
I think a lot of crap's happened. A lot of stuff's happened this week.
Yeah, a lot of legends now currently jobless. Some sort of just different roles, but we'll go ahead and get into it. We'll start off with the first non-NFL one. Nick Saban decided to retire from coaching from Alabama, and he wants to move to the booth. I think that he's pretty much done in general. I think he's been on the Pat McAfee show this whole year. I don't see him going back at all.
Saban's been on the Pat McAfee show?
Yeah, they have him on every week.
Oh, see, I don't really watch him, so I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so I think he has a strong interest in working in the booth and on TV. All the power to him. He doesn't have anything else to prove other than that he's just the greatest college football coach of all time.
Yeah, no kidding.
Next, we had Draymond Green. He returned to the NBA and considered retirement until he talked to Adam Silver, and Adam Silver convinced him to stay. Damn you, Adam Silver. But yeah, he's back, and the Warriors still suck. Eric Spoelstra is now the highest paid head coach. Got a huge extension. Kawhi Leonard gets a payday, 3 year
Before
extension.
you
Just to sit
before you
on.
just before you just move on from Eric Spoelstra, let it be known that the Miami Heat waited until his divorce finalized for him to get that extension and $120 million.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah, he was going through a divorce, and the Miami Heat waited until he finalized his divorce so that his ex-wife wouldn't take half the money.
Wow.
They were for the boys.
Yeah, Pat Riley's for the boys. Absolutely. Dylan, you want to go ahead and start off with these coaching firings? I gotta get Leia out of this room.
Yeah, so right away the Falcons got rid of Arthur Smith. Not a surprise there, as he had 3 top 10 picks in the last 3 years, and he's done nothing with it. I think finishing 7-9 and 7-10. I believe that was their record all 3 years as a head coach. No surprise there. Also, no surprise, Ron Rivera is out as the Washington Commanders head coach. Sleepy Ron just was donezo. I think he retires at this point.
Yeah, I think so too. One thing I would like to mention with Arthur Smith, every time they were in the draft, they picked eighth overall.
And I think they
Every
have
time.
eighth overall this year.
Yep.
Very strange.
The number eight curse.
Mm-hmm. Moving on. This was out of the blue and uncalled for, in my opinion. Mike Vrabel out as the Tennessee Titans head coach. I don't think this was deserved. I think you have to take a long, hard look in the mirror if you're the Titans organization. It was not his fault that they didn't win. They're blaming it on the way he talked about the Patriots organization when he was inducted into the Patriots Hall of Fame. I mean, he won multiple Super Bowls with them
Yeah, as a player.
as a player. It wasn't like he was a coach.
Yeah.
So a little sad if that's their excuse, but don't blame don't blame Mike Vrabel when the Titans organization trades AJ Brown on game day and they only get Traylon Burks in return. I don't think that was an equitable trade. I don't think that giving up AJ Brown was worth risking it for a draft pick at that point. I mean, take the contract. Jesus, look what AJ Brown's been doing. So just disappointed that they fired Mike Vrabel. The other two firings that were, presentable this weekend, definitely saw those coming, but not Mike Vrabel. So you gotta wonder with Bill Belichick's retirement news today if Mike Vrabel is the next candidate for the Patriots job.
Yeah, I think he's a perfect replacement um for Bill Belichick. Um and like you said, I didn't think it was deserved to go out that way, and they tried saying that they didn't want to miss out on their ideal head coach that they want to hire. Um
Right.
it's just not the way you treat probably your best coach that you've ever had.
Yeah. I would like to
Wacko for Flacco.
No,
I,
Flacco fan since 23.
Oh, that's dope.
I would like to take this time to welcome back the lad. It has been a minute. This man has been degenerately gambling down in Oklahoma. He's clawed his way back. He's been bull blitzing. He is back.
You know,
Welcome.
I was planning on coming on here last week because I had some important information to tell all the fellow degenerates, and then I didn't get an invite. When you start, do you guys hear me here? What's going on here? I'm getting some sort of pop-up message here. But when you start off a new year, you know what it only means one thing. The most important thing it means you're even for the year. That's very important. Now I'm not even for the year because I did go to the casino first weekend possible in the new year. But you start off 2024 even, no matter what. You're clean slate. 2023 never happened.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. You got a fair point.
Oh,
I
I
am
actually want to collect some coins on this one because if you go back to the first time I ever came on this show, I said that they should fire Mike Vrabel back in I don't know, week 6 or something after they played the Colts. I said, that's bullshit. Get that guy out of here. I said it. Go back, review footage.
I just think you gotta look at the talent on the team. I mean, their defense is just solid. Their offensive line sucks ass. You're relying on Tannehill and a rookie quarterback all year. And Derrick Henry is like on the verge of either retiring or becoming the next Ezekiel Elliott, just signing 1 year. I don't think Mike Vrabel deserved that. It could be a little biased because he's a Buckeye, but it didn't make sense to me.
I still think he's one of the best coaches in the NFL.
Playoffs 4 out of 6 years, having almost gone to the Super Bowl in one of them.
Yeah, finishing with the #1 seed as well. I think that
Winning,
was the following year?
wasn't he the coach of the year like 2 years ago or last
Yeah.
year?
Not. I don't think it was last year.
It might have been when they were the first seed.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Yeah. I think it's bullshit, but you know, you're just gonna move on. It's the way of the fucking road, boys. But all
So
right.
Jason,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, Jason. So you said you're already down?
No, we're not down. No,
Okay, I was
no
gonna
way.
say.
We're in the green, brother.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought we were both in the green. I know Brandon's not because he bet on the Steelers and George Pickens, but
Yeah, no, I'm down in the hole a little bit, but I'm still gonna bounce back. I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, I had a nice parlay come through on Saturday week. I had I don't do names well if you guys don't remember this by now, but I had what's his face? Oh, Deontay Johnson touchdown scorer in the first game. Boom, 70 yards up the middle of the field. Didn't even see it happen, but my sports book sure saw it happen, so that was still a green one in that parlay. And then there's another one that was also green that actually happened to be a boom, 70 yards up the field. First play of the game. What's that guy's name? Nico Collins.
Yep.
yep.
Little boom boom while I'm in the casino. Look up. Oh, that guy's running down the middle of the field. Hopefully CJ Stroud puts it in a bucket. Not this week, but last week, right in the bucket to Nico Collins. Cash it. First play of the game.
I was reading some numbers and it was showing that like CJ Stroud was like 26th or 28th in the league against I don't know if it was man to man or whatever the Browns really focus on their running on defense. But it looks like CJ Stroud's gonna have a hard time against our secondary and our defense, which he should have a hard time with our defensive front. But I don't
As
know
long
if you
as
guys
Martin Emerson doesn't get 16 pass interferences and 14 holding calls, we should be all right.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. And it stinks that Delpit won't be back for this game as he did just come off the IR. He is still out for this game. Denzel Ward hurts his knee in practice today. Not sure if he's going to be good to go Saturday. But I think the way this team's been running this year, it doesn't matter who's in or out. I think this team is dogs. They're full of people who are, next man up and ready to go. So go Browns. If you guys want to jump into this game, this is the first game on the slate, 4:30 on Saturday. I'm excited for this game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be bittersweet if we lose. Obviously, the Browns had a just amazing run. Amazing run. This season was not supposed to happen. Nick Chubb goes down. Deshaun goes down. The Browns beat the Niners. The Browns beat the Ravens. The Browns win 11 games with a banged up team and a we'll call him fourth string quarterback. But if they lose to the Texans and CJ Stroud, I won't be mad because CJ Stroud is a dog too. But what I will be mad about is I know the Texans will get bounced in the next round. So I think we have a more fighting chance of going all the way than the Texans do.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I think that we would compete with a lot more teams than the Texans are able to at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I think our defense is able to at least keep us in games, and Flacco can manage a game better than anyone on our roster right now. Literally the whole team's just night and day difference since the day he walked in. Um, yeah, I'm loving the Browns' chances. I think that we come away with this one. Um, Not easily, but I don't think it'll be too much of a problem as long as our defense shows up.
Right.
Yeah, I know in that first matchup Stroud wasn't playing, right? But
No.
I don't think it was even him. I mean, whoever the hell the quarterback was had no time to throw the ball. It seemed like they were overwhelmed the entire time. So let's get after them early and often and just absolutely fire on this guy and just get it rolling right from the get go. You know what I mean? But for gambling standpoint, I will not be touching this one because my emotions are already too involved in this one. So I don't need to put any financial, emotional into this game. Emotional factors. Forgot the factors in that word, but we don't need any of that.
Yeah, and
Go
actually
Browns.
to bounce off of what Jason just said, if you remember in that Colts Texans game, when the Texans started to slow down just a little bit, that was because the Colts were getting after him fast. Whoever that defensive end is that they have, I always
Is it
forget.
Buckner?
No, started with an E.
Hmm.
I don't know. He was flying around the edge and just giving problems. Um, that's something that the Browns definitely need this weekend. Um, I honestly want this to be a blowout.
Here's the one common denominator between these two games. Joe Flacco went up against the Texans defense. CJ Stroud is not on the Texans defense. Joe Flacco threw 300 fucking passing yards and like 270 of them to Amari Cooper alone against this defense. He's going to do it again. The only difference is CJ Stroud is playing and our defense has to work a little harder than they did against Case Keenum. We got this. That's a 2-point spread. If you are a degenerate gambler, you are betting the Browns 2-point spread, and you might even do an alternate, maybe even a 4 or 5-point spread. I really do think we're going to win by 2 touchdowns plus.
Yeah,
I think that this game is looking on paper like it's supposed to be closer than it's going to be. I think that this game is a sports book's dream. I think they want everyone to think, oh, the Texans have a chance. We're going to make them the underdogs. And they made the Browns the favorites, which we are, but they're just collecting stupid money thinking that anyone's going to bet on the Texans to win this game. I just think the Browns have this one in the bag.
6 hours ago today, splits at DraftKings Sportsbooks, 69% were on the Browns.
Yeah. The
So
only play I have on this game is Browns kicker Riley Patterson, 1.5 PATs. All I'm
big
asking
kicker,
for
yeah.
is big kicker guy. That is why I'm profitable this year. That's why I'm in the green. I'm gonna
Yep.
leave it at
If you remember, you started off 2024 even.
I did.
You weren't down.
Nope.
Sure as hell weren't up anything, but you sure as hell weren't down anything. You were just a gray, even keel, even.
Yep.
Now we're
And
green, brother.
I am very green. Took a very small bonus bet on a Thursday, and by Monday it was very profitable. So we have found a method to the madness, and I'm sticking with it. I've got Riley Patterson, 1.5 PATs. I believe in Joe Flacco getting touchdowns. I believe in our kicker this weekend. He is almost perfect in indoor games.
1.5?
Yeah.
Dude, you don't have to say that on air, bro. They're gonna hear us. ESPN Bet's gonna hear us, and you're never gonna win a dime again on a kicker because they're gonna move it up to 2.5 like Caesars has it, bro.
Well, that's why we keep finessing ESPN bets until they figure it out.
You might as well just take out like personal loan, like 10 G's and put it on. Get a little quick wire transfer on there.
I'm gonna end up like Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems, though.
No, you'll be all right. It's just 1.5 field goals. What's the odds on that?
Um, so I placed the bet on. Oh, let's see what day I placed it. I placed it on what day was the 9th? 2 days ago. So Tuesday. Riley Patterson, 1.5 extra points made is at negative 260. So
Yeah,
it wasn't the greatest value, but I had
that's
to mix
juice.
it. I had to mix it in a parlay. So I did 2 separate parlays. Um, I'll get into my other picks, but just know that the picks that I say in the coming games are involved. I have 2 3-leg parlays, both include Riley Patterson and 1.5 extra points made.
So here's the thing, right? So you like the field goals. So that means that they have to get 2 touchdowns. So this is how you win some real money. You gotta think, okay, well, they gotta score 2 touchdowns. How are they gonna score those 2 touchdowns? Well, we can't run the ball for shit right now. So take Flacco over 1.5 passing touchdowns as well, and that's where you get your 2 touchdowns from, which is probably also juice, but you probably get yourself a little even money parlay there.
Mm-hmm.
Just thinking outside the box here, finding angles.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I'm just sticking as close to 100 plus 100 as possible.
Yeah, I'm just
So
tossing that one out there for the lads. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I'm here.
save the lads.
Yeah, I'm running it back this week with my Joe Flacco strict parlay. 300 plus passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Won me
Yeah,
about
done that.
$4 the other week.
What are the odds?
Let's see. I haven't even submitted it yet, but I just know I'm gonna run with it. I have foreseen this game.
Cold. I like that. Plus 117 for that Flacco and Patterson parlay. Not bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's on Caesars too. You probably get that at like plus 400 on ESPN, but
I'm gonna look on DraftKings right now. Let's see. Pass touchdowns, Flacco plus. It's only at 1.5.
yeah, no,
Holy
that's what's
shit!
crazy.
What's crazy? What's really crazy is pass touchdowns. It's minus 130 for under 1.5. That man is throwing for 3 touchdowns. Oh
Yeah,
From
wait,
a
even if
scheme,
he wanted to do 300 yards and 2 touchdowns, it's plus 240. 3 touchdowns, which I'm feeling, plus 531.
his line's at 268, so we should hammer the over 268, right? You can do alternate though. So what's the alternate? Where's the 300 at? Passing over 300 plus. And where is the special teams?
you know what I love? We
What?
get the first game, and I can't bet the first game, so the rest of the weekend, they're all standalone games, so you have to fire on them, which
Mm-hmm.
is awesome. It's gonna be a great weekend.
You want to know what's wild? If you look at special teams props, Fairbarn, extra points made. Fairbarn, field goals made. Riley Patterson, field goals made. Fairbarn, kicking points. They don't have anything for extra points made for Patterson. I'm telling you, dude, some of these sports books are behind on the finessing. Hmm. So there's a 30% boost right now on DraftKings. So if you did Flacco over 1.5 passing touchdowns and 300 yards, the odds are plus 416. It's not bad. Hmm. Good stuff.
On to the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this next matchup, it's gonna be featured on Peacock.
Peacock only.
Yeah, Peacock only. Miami Dolphins are visiting the Kansas
Stream
City
East.
Chiefs. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gotta be a
streamers.
Stream East game for me. I
Don't
don't think
hey,
they use it, but
don't tell them our secrets.
You already did. We're giving free money away here.
Yeah.
I'm not getting a Peacock subscription. That's all I'm
You don't
gonna.
have it?
No.
Oh, you can use mine.
Okay,
I
maybe
didn't
I'll
I
use
didn't know
mine.
you didn't I didn't know you didn't have Peacock.
Why don't
No.
you just give everyone your password?
All right, so it is. Did you get that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Little do you know, I know how to read lips better than anyone you know.
But all I was saying, I was just doing this.
Yeah, I can put that into your language. All right, let's go. Let's get after it here.
Yeah.
What are you guys
So
thinking here?
this spread's gonna be 4.5. Over under 43.5. Gonna be cold as fuck at this game. Um, even though the Chiefs have been playing like shit, I'm thinking I'm gonna hammer that Chiefs money line. Defense has been playing really good this year. Um, Pretty much the only reason they're halfway relevant. I'm just gonna stick with Chiefs money line on this.
The narrative is that the Miami Dolphins can't play in the cold. But I think that the Miami Dolphins forget, or I'm sorry, that the people forget that Tyreek Hill played in Kansas City for all those years. And he is their number one weapon for the Dolphins. I don't know what the status is of everybody's health, but if the Miami Dolphins are full strength on offense, it's going to be tough to stop them. But the Dolphins defense is picked apart right now. So, I mean, there's going to be a good chance that this Pacheco just runs all the way through this, Miami defensive line, and they're banged up at linebacker. So, I don't know. I don't necessarily want to bet on this game, if I'm being honest.
You have to.
If I have to do anything, I'm betting the under 43.5 points.
It's in the constitution of gambling. If it's a standalone game, you have to bet it. And
Then
if I
under.
look, if I look on the schedule here, everybody is standalone games, so you have to bet it.
Under 43.5.
Under. I actually saw a stat I'm trying to find on this under here. Said something about temperatures and cold weather games and playoffs. If it's under a certain number, they're hitting at like a 14-4-1 rate or some shit. And yeah, I'll be honest.
I'm pretty sure the
I
under.
think we just get after him and root for some points on this one because we have to bet it.
Did the under hit when they played in Germany?
It had to have. It was only 21-14.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 48. Or wait, no, it was 51 and a half. 51 and a half over. Um, yeah, I mean, I think yeah, let's get after him here. Under 44, I'm getting on my end. Don't matter, I'll take that. Oh, I get 43 and a half on my end, actually. I'll take it. That's a lot of points, but I'm not scared. Dude, can you imagine going to this game and freezing your ass off?
No, the coldest I ever been was at a Browns game when I was like 10. It was like negative, maybe 10, -8. I mean, it was just under zero.
Yeah, there
But
was one time I went with my dad and my brother, and we were sitting on the opposite side uh, where your seats are and getting blasted in the face with wind. Didn't even
Mhm.
make it to kickoff. They were playing the Chargers. We just got up and walked out, and everybody that was walking in still was like, "You're going the wrong way." We're like, "Yeah, we're not sitting through this. Let's get the hell out of here."
I will always remember that cold game because we played the Steelers, and that was the first time I ever saw the Browns Steelers live, and we won, and they sacked Roethlisberger like 8 times, and I guess it was like at the time like the most times the team's ever sacked Roethlisberger. So it was pretty cool to see that in person.
Well, speaking of Roethlisberger, this next matchup, we got the Steelers visiting the Buffalo Bills on Sunday, 1 o'clock. The Bills, the newly number 2 seed, are the pretty heavy favorites in this one with a 9.5 point spread and over under 35.5.
So this is a game that's mixed in my two parlays. In one of the parlays, I have Tyler Bass 1.5 field goals. I'm sorry, 1.5 PATs. The other one is just straight up Buffalo's money line.
Okay, I like the PATs.
I love the kickers. That's like my favorite thing to bet on now.
Yeah, 9.5 point spread's a little crazy. Um, Yeah, I might just stick safe and go Bills money line on this one. I don't want to do over under because I just don't know what Josh Allen I'm getting.
You could probably bet on a Josh Allen interception or two.
Possibly, yeah, no, that's true.
Wait, the Bills played the Steelers this year?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. 27-15. Steelers won. Let me tell you this one though. So I'm getting double digit number on mine, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 10. Last time they were double digit favors, or there's double digit spread on in this matchup. The Bills covered 14. So give me the Bills here at 10.
I like it. I think it's gonna be a blowout. I don't
I
think
don't
they're gonna be able to stop the Bills offense, and I don't think Mason Rudolph is gonna show up to play this game. So,
I
Brandon, do not bet on George Pickens this week.
I will not be betting on George Pickens from here on out, or if it's a Pittsburgh Steeler in general.
I'm just not going to be able to watch a game with the Pittsburgh Steelers and have a horse in the race that's named the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, no, the only reason I bet on Pickens last week, I knew what stakes were on the line for him. I saw the odds. He had just had back-to-back weeks of 130 plus receiving yards and a touchdown. I'm like, shit, this is too juicy not to hit with all these stakes on it. Go ahead and let's let it fly. And that's what I get for betting on the Steelers.
This game's gonna be dog shit.
Yeah. I
But
actually really like this next game.
I was just about to say they have a bigger spread than this next game than I thought they would. Um, Next we've got the Cowboys hosting the Packers, and to finalize my two parlays, I have the Cowboys money line. I am confident in the Cowboys in the first round. I know what you're saying, Brandon, off the podcast about McCarthy choking, but he's going to at least make it to the second round, whether it's against the Lions or it's against the Eagles if the Rams beat the Lions. But I think Cowboys win this game by a million. I think the 7 point spread is just fake. I just don't see how the Packers are going to play well against this Cowboys defense. I think the real Jordan Love's going to show up. I don't know. I feel really confident about the Cowboys this week.
So now that you said that, if Jordan Love has a good game, is Jordan Love the real deal?
I mean, he's already had a better like first year than Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. So yeah, he is
Yeah.
the real deal. But I
Could
don't
you just
see.
could you just imagine if they do it again? Like the fact that they had Favre to Rodgers, like if they can do it again in that type of organization that doesn't have an actual owner, like that's just incredible.
Yeah,
That is incredible. They've had stupid luck.
it would
Stupid
Yeah.
just
luck.
show, but it would just show that they're an elite franchise. Like they know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's just crazy that they don't have an owner throughout the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because like there's normally, I mean, obviously the GM is going to call most of the shots throughout draft process, but the owner's always going to be involved, and it's like they don't have an owner that's involved. I mean, I'm sure they got like a president or some shit that's involved, but
Yeah.
still very impressive.
Yeah, and I will always go back to Jordan Love lost in the Alamo Bowl to Dustin Crum. Nevada lost to Kent State.
Dude, can you imagine going to college at UNLV?
No.
You'd be doing so much gambling. I'd get an NIL deal from Caesars. I'd probably be a bit of a
You just see Jason
conflict
on
of
a
interest if I was
Caesars.
gambling.
You see him on a Caesars advertisement.
That'd be fire.
I
Yeah,
feel like
use
I
You
haven't
see
promo
this
use
bull blitz
promo code
game?
buyer50.
It's just
I
me.
haven't seen any college players for any sports book yet.
Probably because it's illegal.
You think?
I bet
Yeah,
money.
probably. Probably NCAA. Yeah. Um, Before we do move into the next game, I did want to point out that
Oh, wait. I'm taking the Cowboys 7. This is going to be Dak Prescott written all over it, where he's going to have a great game, and everyone's going to be saying he's the best thing ever. And then next
thank
week,
God.
he's going to get shit on.
Thank you. I needed that support.
Yeah, I'm half considering the Cowboys spread, but I'm not gonna lie, it's still tempting to get that Packers money line. but I don't like how much hype is being built up now on the Packers upsetting the Cowboys. Dak's gonna be coming in this game pissed off, but I think it's gonna be a really good game though.
Yeah. Telling you, Cowboys money line. Oof. But that 7-point spread's really nice.
Yeah. But all right, let's go ahead and move into Sunday night. We got Matt Stafford's return and Jason's LA Rams visiting the Detroit Lions. With 3-point spread and over under 51.5. Lions are the favorites playing in Detroit, but this is looking to be a lot closer matchup than expected from a 3 and 6 seed playoff matchup.
This game I had circled on my playoff bracket. I think that this game determines a lot of things. I think the Rams will win this game. I think it's written in the stars for the Rams to win. It just doesn't make sense for the Lions to lose, but it makes all the sense for the Rams to win. Matthew Stafford coming back to Detroit. He's going to feel like he's at home. He's got Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua. They got a defense that seems like they're pretty legit with Aaron Donald. And in my opinion, this Rams team has just gotten started. I mean, they have found a way to win the rest of the season after not having a hot start. The Rams are kind of scary. And this Lions team just lost to the Cowboys by 1-2 points. They're pissed. They're ready to play, but I just don't know if they can handle this playoff atmosphere. The Rams have won a Super Bowl. They've won multiple games late in the game. Is Dan Campbell ready for this? I think he is, but I still got Rams, and I think this is going to be the underdog of the week.
I like that. I like that. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go Lions money line. It's hard for me to bet against the Rams, but I just have a gut feeling the Lions are gonna pull this off. I also don't think Matt Stafford is gonna play that great. I don't think he'll play
Really?
bad, but I just feel like it's gonna take him to the second half.
Really?
I could easily see this game going either way, but I'm just gonna say fuck it and go Lions money line on this.
If the Rams can run the ball, they will win this game by 10. Let me tell you. Because you watch them play when they run the shit out of the ball and they can run it effectively. No one's beating them. I can tell you that much. But
Mhm.
it's if they can run the ball is the question. And yes, you know, when Brandon introduced the game, yes, backing them heavy back in the early going of the season there. Said just get me to the playoffs, and here we are, gentlemen. We're in the playoffs. Give me the Rams straight up money line. Who gives a shit about the points? Just give it to me straight.
Yep.
Okay. I like that.
If the Rams win and both my parlays hit, I am putting a significant amount of money on the Buccaneers money line with this next game. But um, I just this Rams game, I just have so much confidence in this Matthew Stafford matchup. If this hits, I'm going to be
He's a
putting.
dog, dude. He goes out there and gets punched in the face every single game, kicked in
Yeah.
the nuts, and he gets up and he plays. He's a dog.
Yeah. No, he is a dog.
Did you guys see that clip of the draft room when they were talking about Puka Nacua?
No.
Really? Oh my gosh, I'll have to send it to you guys. So there was a clip, and it's kind of like how like the Browns have their little like building the Browns. They had a clip from the Rams, and it was draft day, and they were talking about this kid from BYU, and oh, here's his strengths, here's his weaknesses, and Sean McVay saying what he wants out of a wide receiver. He wants him to be able to run, to be able to catch, to be able to open the field, this and that. And they're like, do you think this is the right play? And he goes, I'm telling you, we're gonna get a steal in the 5th round or 6th round, wherever they got Puka. And the GM was right. So he called his shot and then, called Puka and said, how would you like to get picked up by the LA Rams in the 5th round here? And obviously Puka said, I'd love it. And they, I think they made the pick of a lifetime. That Puka Nacua is going to have a great career there in LA.
Yeah,
He's a dog
absolutely.
too. He's been battling injury all year.
I was
Get
gonna
up and
say,
keep playing.
fuck guys, you got me switching over to the Rams now. You got me fucking
So
convinced now. I'm hyped.
they're like the Raiders, but not the Raiders.
Yeah.
Gritty, you know, no fans because LA sucks. But yeah,
Yeah.
Puka Nacua.
All right, let's go ahead and get into this last Super Wildcard Weekend matchup. We got Monday Night Football. The Eagles are visiting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a 3-point spread and over under 43 and a half. The Buccaneers are currently the underdogs at home. Boys, I'm gonna let you guys start off with this one.
What has been my one rule all year? One rule, if anything, when it comes to the Buccaneers. Don't bet against Baker Mayfield. He is the king of underdogs. He is the underdog. He is still a Cleveland Brown at heart. He is a dog. This Tampa Bay Buccaneers team did not score a single touchdown against the Carolina Panthers, and that may scare a lot of people to bet on them this week against this Eagles. This Eagles defense sucks so much ass right now. I think Baker has a really good game. I also think that this Eagles team, with A.J. Brown possibly being out with a knee injury, Jalen Hurts hasn't even thrown a single football this week since last weekend. Jalen Hurts might be limited. I mean, he'll play, but his play calling might be limited. He might be doing a lot of options, a lot of RPOs. They're going to rely on Swift a lot this game, but I don't think that the Buccaneers defense is going to allow that run game. It's going to be a very low scoring game. I'm betting the under 43 and a half points. But like I said, if the Rams win and both my parlays hit, I'm putting a significant amount on the Buccaneers money line to upset the Eagles and bounce them from the fucking first round.
Dylan, I like where your head's at on that. Because I want to go Buccaneers money line, but I like that under 43 and a half. I just don't know if these teams are going to be putting up the points. Um, Depends on what Eagles we get and what Baker Mayfield we get at the end of the day. Um, but I'm leaning towards that Buccaneers money line. Fuck it, let's go. Go Bucks.
Go Bucks, baby.
Hell of a promo, gentlemen. Hell of a promo. Give me the Eagles. Points. Don't give a shit. Let's go.
I think that if they lose this game, Jason Kelsey retires.
Yeah,
He's old as
and
shit.
this game was close when they played in the regular season too. They played on Monday night.
This game feels like a 17-7 type of game. Could go either way.
I'm feeling more of a 20-17.
I was listening to 92 through the fan this morning on my drive, and they pulled up a clip from Philly radio talk, and they're running Sirianni out of town. They're like, "We got Bill Belichick open on the market, and he's the best coach of this generation. We got to get this guy." I'm like, "You guys were just in the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah,
Like, who
Yeah.
would ever want to coach for that city? Like, that's ridiculous."
that city's
They
fucked up.
Yeah, they'll run anybody out of town.
It's even worse than Pittsburgh, which is kind of crazy. These Pennsylvania folk just got a couple screws loose, I might have to say.
Yep. What's everybody's favorite game that's not the Cleveland Browns Texans? What are you guys looking forward to watching? If you had to pick one out of the whole weekend to watch, what would it be? And that was the only one you could watch.
Probably Rams, Lions.
Gotta do a combo
Yeah.
off of one factor.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs, Dolphins, and Steelers, Buffalo, even though that Steelers game's gonna suck. I can't wait to just see like all the players in their big old jackets and just like they're like huffing and puffing and they just got like a vape cloud coming out their helmet. Like it's badass.
There is a report that this Pittsburgh Buffalo game could be played at Cleveland Browns Stadium this Sunday.
Yeah, I saw that, but in a different form of saying that it was bullshit and it wasn't happening. So I don't know who your source is, but I talked to Roger Goodell myself.
My source is Brandon Hunter Park.
Hey man, I just saw a tweet and it started going viral.
Yeah,
Haven't heard anything since.
I saw a tweet saying like, "Oh, it's all bullshit," and I was like, "Oh, that must be Roger Goodell on a burner."
I don't think that a city like that would give up a home playoff game.
For it just being cold now.
Well,
No.
no, but isn't there supposed to be a bunch of snow coming in, or is it just cold weather?
I don't know.
I
Don't
haven't
be
checked
scared
the
of snow.
forecast. I haven't checked the forecast in Buffalo, but how fitting would it be for the Steelers to come play in Cleveland and get their ass whooped in front of a bunch of fans? I mean, I don't think a lot of Cleveland fans would go, but like I even said, like I'd buy tickets if it was here. Like, why
Yeah,
not?
I probably would. Yeah, I think the weather is supposed to be kind of shitty, but if it
Could
was
you
nice,
imagine?
yeah.
Could you imagine Bills Mafia in the fucking Muni lot?
Yeah, that'd be fucking nuts.
Dude, if they have it, oh no, it's Sunday. Never mind. It's Saturday. It's supposed to be like high of 45. I was like, oh, 1 o'clock, but man, it's gonna be a high of 24, low of 13. If they move to here, you're not seeing my ass at that game.
Yeah, no way in
I'm
hell.
most excited. I'm most excited for Rams Lions as well.
Yeah,
I
well,
just I just love the storylines of this wild card. If it was Deshaun Watson, you got Deshaun Watson playing the Texans, but in this case, it's just a rematch of Christmas Eve. I like it. Tyreek going back to Kansas City after he said he would play in Kansas City this year, and it ended up being Munich, Germany. Very fitting that his return was in the playoffs in an elimination game. McCarthy versus the Packers. I think that's going to be a great game. You've got Goff and Stafford, the big trade, the franchise quarterback trade, which ended up resulting in a Rams Super Bowl after Goff couldn't get it done. And just the banged up Eagles who have lost, what, 5 out of the last 6 games. Can they do it against the Baker Mayfield led Buccaneers after he just got his $1 million bonus for making the playoffs? This wild card weekend is going to be wild.
no, absolutely. Looking forward to it for sure.
I hope it's a very profitable weekend for us all.
Yeah, real quick, I have a question for Jason, real quick. What did you think about Jameis Winston's fake kneeling play with Jamal Williams?
Dude, I honestly had no idea what was going on. I don't know what exactly happened on Sunday that I kind of missed everything and just saw like people dogging him. But kind of awesome, man. He's a team guy, you know what I mean? He's
That
teammates,
was
favorite
Yeah,
best
big
friend,
team
got to
player.
get that guy in there.
that was legendary.
Yeah, and some people were ridiculing him
You,
for
you know
running
what
up
I
the
think?
score, but at the same time, fuck it. No, get my man the touchdown. He led the league
You
in
know what I
touchdowns
think?
last year.
I think he bet a shit ton of money on whoever that was that scored the touchdown.
Jamal Williams.
Yeah, a lot of money and won a shit ton of money. I think that's what happened.
No, fuck it. Yeah, I the only reason that I could see why people would get upset is it was a fake kneel. But you know what? Fuck it. You guys were losing by 30 fucking points anyways.
Yeah, but that's what he said. He's like, the other 41 points didn't make him mad. Like, what was another touchdown going to do?
He got in the huddle and he said, "We good?" They said we good. So I said, "We good then."
The best one. Hold on, I gotta see if I saved it. There was one that actually made me laugh out loud, and I've seen a couple memes this week that actually made me fucking laugh. Like the Jews under New York City. There was one. There was one that really made me cackle. Um, it's this picture of Jameis in the huddle, and it says, "DA must stand for a dumbass if he thinks I'm taking a knee. Fake knee 21 blast on one." Uh, but yep, football is over. I gotta take Brandon out for steak. Bears did not fulfill my prophecy of winning the NFC North this year. Brandon, do you want to run it back next season?
uh Man, I think we at least got to wait for the draft. We waited for the draft last time. I want to see what they do.
Okay.
We're going for the same conference again?
No,
Or same
We
division?
got to change it. We got to change it
no,
up.
it'll be a different conference, but I'm thinking it's gonna probably be the NFC
AFC.
South. Oh,
Yeah,
what do you?
yeah, that's no that one. That one
All
or
right.
AFC South is also good.
I like
That's
that. I like
competitive
that.
as well.
I think that
Both are kind of
the
dog shit.
the Texans should have the AFC South locked up for a couple years, assuming that Anthony Richardson, which forgot about him, Anthony Richardson doesn't just come out and ball out with the Colts. We'll see what happens there next year, but NFC South is literally up for grabs anymore. So we'll see what happens.
Which
Yeah, we'll
steakhouse?
definitely come up with something next season. To run a bet on.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I gotta take out to get a steak. Just
Yeah,
thinking somewhere nice.
like Denny's, Flying J.
No,
Denny's
like
or Flying J.
Bob Evans. I was thinking like Bob Evans.
He
Bob
was
Evans.
thinking more like his kitchen. He's just gonna do it himself.
I got Dr. Pepper for you.
You have Dr. Pepper?
Anything for you, Gypsy Rose.
All right, Flacco fans since 13 or
13.
I'm an idiot. 23.
23.
Isn't it crazy to think that Flacco hasn't been in the playoffs since 2015?
Damn,
This is this is the longest span of time between a quarterback or I think any player's last playoff appearance to their most recent. That's like 9 years.
and he has what, the most playoff wins in the
The most
AFC?
either road wild card or wild card wins. But yeah,
Yeah, that's nuts.
yeah, it's gonna be something. I mean, there was reports that Flacco was saying to the team, in 5 weeks, you guys will be experiencing something you've never experienced before, or something along the lines of that. And I really hope that that's true. I think, he's the type of guy that's confident, not cocky. And I think that he has what it takes to take this team all the way. And I think much like much like Michigan, as we didn't mention on this episode, we mentioned on the deleted episode, but much like this Michigan team who was apparently destined to win, I think that this Cleveland Browns team is destined to win as well. I think that this playoffs is going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to win it all. It'd be a dream to see our team win.
Only difference is we're not a bunch of cheaters.
We
And the
burn
only
down
difference, is I would have liked to have seen Nick Chubb play.
Yeah.
Dude, could you imagine if that happens? That Sherman Williams building is gonna be. They're gonna have to rebuild the whole thing because they're gonna burn it down.
Is this
Why
Let's
Sherman
just-
Williams?
That brand new one because you could get in it pretty easily. Probably just gotta jump over a couple of fences. Maybe just get after it. Start a riot.
Gonna be people climbing the KeyBank Tower.
Brandon, put a poll up on this episode. At the end of this episode, go to the poll if you're on Spotify. Is this Browns potential Super Bowl bigger than the Cavs winning the 2016 finals?
100%.
Hey, I like that.
Would the Browns winning the Super Bowl be bigger than the 2016 finals?
I think it has a lot to do with how they do it. Let's see the storyline play out. Because like that storyline with the Cavs is nuts. Like if they go beat the shit out of the Texans and then go and play the Ravens and like beat them in some crazy overtime game, and then next thing you know they're playing the let's see,
It'll be
I'll
the
pick
Bills.
someone else.
It'll be the Bills.
Yeah, the Bills, and then we're playing them in Buffalo, and we just take them out behind the woodshed, and we just absolutely dismantle them as well. And then we walk into the Super Bowl in Las Vegas. I'm gonna have a sweet comps, and we're just doing, keep it moving, run through whoever that is too, and then it's just
If the Browns go to the Super Bowl, are we making an emergency trip to Vegas?
I'm planning on it already.
What's the date? Check if I got that weekend comp.
February 10th.
All right,
Well,
one moment
February
here.
11th.
All right, hold on just a minute. I think I had a offer for some like something. Let me check here. Give me just a moment. Pull up my little calendar here.
I mean, at this point,
I wish the tickets weren't 10 grand, but
well, we don't
We
got to
can
go to
get
the
those.
game.
yeah, no, I
No,
I, I just want to go to the events.
no, we go to the
I want to
game.
be there and
We
be a
we
degenerate.
take $1,000 out and get in an absolute heater and run it up to like 700,000, and then we buy a suite.
I can't wait to post this on my story this weekend.
Oh yeah. So what is that? February? Oh no, that's
11th,
March.
February 11th.
Yeah, you can't get that comped. I mean, I got a good discount on it, but it's not comped. I only do stuff that's free with casinos,
That's fine. We'll
other
go.
than feed slot machines.
We'll go another time.
Alrighty, gentlemen, we all set here?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
all set. Hopefully you guys
Sure.
enjoyed this episode. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on whatever platform that you guys listen to our episodes on, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, whatever it may be. And then leave a comment on what you're most excited for in this playoffs and who you think is going to be the winner. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and let Dylan close it out.
Make sure you gamble responsibly. Enjoy the Super Wildcard Weekend. Please, for the love of God, call 1-800-GAMBLER. It took us almost a month to get the lad back from the Oklahoma casino. He's back. Our sweet boy is back. He's bull blitzing.
Oh, Blitz!
It is time to be profitable. Time to see green. Whatever you do, just remember that tomorrow you could be 100 times richer than you were today. Remember that you are only one leg away from winning that $1 million parlay. Don't give up. Love you guys.
God bless.